our future energy production, you can see here we have a very large margin of renewable energy providing our energy that we're serving to our membership. We have contracts, and that represents the rainbow contract, and then the blue bar are market purchases. And that's basically if we're providing X amount of energy, but we have a slightly higher amount of energy demand, we can go to the market and purchase that out of MISO. Now, we never purposely plan to be short to MISO. We always provide more resources than we are required to in MISO, but during times of the year where perhaps energy production may dip from renewables, we can go to the market, purchase some energy, and treat the market essentially as a giant battery. And that's one of the benefits of being in an ISO RTO like MISO. Pretty showed a slide similar to this in her last presentation. Our energy transition is very pronounced when you look at this. 57% of our energy came from coal in 2021. By 2027, that same 57% margin will come from wind. The rainbow contract provides 24% of our energy. We have natural gas providing a small amount, as well as our market exposure in hydro resources. This energy transition has been one that's been driven by economics, primarily. Okay, the transition away from fossil fuels towards renewable energy has been one that has been brought about by the cost declines that we've seen from wind and how that can serve our membership. All of our wind contracts are long-term fixed price contracts, which means that we're paying a flat rate that doesn't increase over time, and that locks in a price that provides us with a hedge to the market. So the way that we think about our portfolio is every resource that we buy, that we build, is simply a hedge to the market. If we need to serve 8 million megawatt hours of energy annually to our membership, and we have resources that can produce 9 million megawatt hours of energy annually, depending on where those resources are located, we are hedging our exposure to the MISO market. So the revenues that we're receiving from our generating assets are offsetting the load costs of purchasing the energy that we need to serve our members out of MISO. Wind is an energy hedge, and it's a huge resource for our portfolio, and you can see from this transition, and I apologize because the numbers are a little bit difficult to read at the top, but in 2005 we had only 144 megawatts of wind. By 2018 that had grown to 650, and by 2025 that's going to be more than 1,800 megawatts. These contracts are very flexible for us. We've been able to negotiate some very creative deals. As part of the Coal Creek Station sale, we negotiated the use of the HVDC line that used to connect Coal Creek Station to the Twin Cities area. It still does, but we're carving out a portion of that to deliver 400 megawatts of wind straight to the Twin Cities area. That does a number of things for us. One, it's knocking out a lot of the geographic differences between price. So if you're building a wind project in North Dakota, say the prices in North Dakota were $15 a megawatt hour below the prices in Minnesota, you were taking a haircut there on what we call congestion, and that spread between prices. So if we were generating 2 million megawatt hours of wind at $15 in North Dakota, but then having to buy 2 million megawatt hours of load in Minnesota at $25, you're losing out there because of that geographic spread in pricing differences. Using the HVDC line allows us to knock that out and deliver wind and get paid basically what we're paying for load. So that's a huge benefit for us as part of the sale. We also are leveraging our existing gas infrastructure to surplus interconnect and basically piggyback off of our gas units interconnections into MISO to deliver our wind energy to help us satisfy our carbon-free standard requirements under new state law. We've heard a little bit about this long-duration storage resource. GRE is working with Form Energy on a long-duration storage asset. This is not a large project. All right, it's not a huge part of our portfolio. It's a pilot project to see how this technology might contribute to our portfolio needs in the future. We know, and I talked about a few minutes ago, we have multi-day reliability events. Okay, so a 4-hour lithium-ion storage resource doesn't do a whole lot of good when we have 72 hours of reliability needs and high prices in the market. Neither does 8 or 12 hours. This resource is a 100-hour asset. It's developed by Form Energy, a company based in Massachusetts, and it's located at our Cambridge peaking station. So what we want to be able to show with this project is that maybe this technology can contribute to a energy landscape in the future that we're moving quickly towards. We've heard from a couple of people today the transition in MISO away from dispatchable resources towards more renewables. We're still going to have a need for dispatchable resources, but as we get more and more renewables on the system, we're going to need more flexibility in how we can serve load when those resources fluctuate.